Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly. Along with Cindy, I'm Lyle. We're waiting on Jody Harrison to join the show. He'll be along in a little bit. He might be having some trouble getting into the show tonight. He's had some problems before, but we'll figure he'll get on in here in just a little bit. We're hoping everybody is enjoying the show. I want to thank everybody for the thoughts and prayers for Doc and Lynn. It's been an issue for a few weeks here, but I visit with Doc a few times every day, and he's doing very well. We will be headed over that way in the next day or so, and the family is doing good, and it's been a trying situation, but Doc's doing really well, and I know that he's probably in chat or will be shortly. So thank you all for your thoughts and prayers. It means a lot to him. And at this time, we would like to have a moment of silence for Lynn. She meant a lot to so many people. So if you would just indulge us for just a moment. Thank you, folks. I see Jody has made it in. Hey, Jody, how's it going?
Doing good, Lyle. How about yourself? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. You're sounding great.
Awesome.
We just had a moment of silence for Lynn, and I figured you might be having a little issue getting in. I know we've had that a time or two before, but I'm glad to see that you made it. And we're going to talk about fishing on Wheeler Lake.
Yep. We got a few things coming up that, you know us, we're getting ready for all that stuff we got going on. Got a few good announcements to make tonight. Got some Winter Blues announcements. Got some championship announcements, and everything's finally starting to come together again.
Well, man, there's something about Wheeler Lake, and it's not just the fish. The fishing's great down there, and everybody loves to go there, but that's not all of it. Winter Blues is at the time of the year when a lot of us is either in terribly cold water or it's just froze up or something. And as a general rule, Wheeler Lake is not froze over, and it's normally pretty fair weather, and we can go down there and stand outside and shoot the breeze and have a wonderful time. But last year that really wasn't the case. But it's normally very pleasant down there, even when it's the bitter part of winter. For the rest of it, it's normally very nice there. Thank you, Tony Caton. We appreciate it very much, and we're going to try to catch as many of the chat comments as we can. Cindy's over here watching it, and the important stuff she'll notify me or mention stuff, and I have the microphone to where if she says something, you guys should be able to hear it. But I know we won't be able to catch them all. Doc normally catches most of that stuff or a lot of it, and we've missed him for the last several weeks, and it's been rough. But we get through these last few weeks here, and he'll be back in here, and we're really gonna be glad to have him back, and it'll be great. But getting back to Wheeler Lake, it's just a special place, Jody. It is. Everybody loves to fish down there, and it's moving water on a lake, and that's something that a lot of people take some getting used to.
Yeah, I mean, Wheeler's definitely a special place. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's a nationwide destination. I mean, people, from all over the nation wants to come to Wheeler Lake, and with Winter Blues and all, we try to make that trip worth it. We do everything we can to try to help everybody out. The only thing we can't do anything about is the weather. And last year it was 8 degrees at blast off, and me and Daniel was talking after the tournament, and we said, Winter Blues has been hit with every weather pattern possible except for just a warm, nice weekend. Let's hope for our 5th anniversary that we're going to have a warm, nice weekend and all for it. But, like I say, it's 5th anniversary. you know, man, we're excited about it. I mean, it's hard to believe that Winter Blues is 5 years old now.
Oh man.
And, you know, we got a lot of stuff lined up for it. You know, we're gonna try to make it fun. You know, one of the things that's always really impressed me from the very first time I got involved with Winter Blues was how it turns into a social event.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's everybody's, you know, cabin hopping and going back and forth, and you know, everybody's out seeing each other and going to dinner and everything. And you know, so me and Daniel got to talking about that this year. Is, you know, what could we do to kind of help with that? You know, we had different ideas about this and that, so we finally got it all worked out. What we're going to do is we have talked to a local brewery. You know, one of the local craft breweries up there. It's called the Cross-Eyed Owl. Cross-Eyed Owl. And, we've talked to them and told them what we got going on, and those folks got some kind of excited. You know, they've never seen anything like what we're doing, and so when my wife talked to them, they said, "Shoot, yeah, we want to get involved with this." I mean, this sounds like a blast. So Thursday night. Before, you know, that's the night before the captain's meeting. We got the Cross-Eyed Owl local brewery lined up for all of us to come hang out there with them. And they're going to be expecting us. They're getting a lot of the local food trucks to come out that night too. And so we're going to have just a Winter Blues on Wheeler get together and eat, drink, and be merry. If you don't drink adult beverages, you're still welcome to come. They've got just, you know, regular stuff too. But like I say, you know, the food truck scene here in North Alabama has really picked up here in the last couple of years. You know, they got food trucks for pretty much whatever, you name it. So my wife talked to the owner of the Cross-Eyed Brewery. He's going to have a few food trucks to come out that night too. So I think it'll give everybody, you know, everybody will have a good time. We can eat, we can all visit with each other, and you know, just do what Winter Blues has always meant to be, just a good social event.
Well, Jody, we've become great friends over the last several years, and there's got to be a few things that you understand about me, and one of them is that I dearly love to eat.
Yes, sir, buddy.
It doesn't matter if it's alcoholic or not alcoholic. I've got something to drink with me all the time, but I do like to drink.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do too. You know,
I really like to eat, man.
Well, I mean, you can look at me. I mean, you know,
yeah.
People see me on here. You know, we was doing one live stream, and I had one guy that was, I guess you could call him a hater. He said, "My God, that guy don't even have a neck." I said, "You're right, I don't. I mean, that's a lot of good eating it took to build that thing." So, yeah, so we love to eat, and
yep.
You know, I think the food trucks being there that night is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
We could have different things to eat. And they've got a tap room there, and they also have a outdoor patio, and you know, just inside, outside. Music, and you know, we're just trying to do everything we can do to try to make this fun. You know, fun is what Winter Blues has always been about. You know, I don't ever want the money and the competitiveness to ever overrun that. I want it to always be fun first and foremost. And you know, so we talked about it. We thought this would be something fun. So, you know, what do y'all think about that?
I think it's outstanding. Now, you know, and I have to commend you guys, and you and Daniel and George Young and Aaron Wheatley and a lot of the other tournament directors, Tim up in Kansas City and Alex Nagy and a bunch of them guys. They're all trying to do this. Tim has really put together a bunch of deals where they serve breakfast at night tournaments the next morning, and they have cookouts and hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff. And Alex has done some of that stuff too. It makes catfishing not just a competitive sport, but it makes it an event that people want to go to, whether they're fishing or not. I mean, let's face it, the headlining part of it is the tournament, but it's a social event where the families go, and you know that every time you show up, you're going to see a Doc Lang or a Steve Douglas or whoever's there, Jeff Dodd or whoever it is. You're going to visit with them. You're going to get to see Janet and Bink. You're going to get to see people that you only see at certain events throughout the year, and you're going to visit with them guys. And some of them you'll sit down and visit with for hours, and some of them you'll brush into and say, "Hey, how you doing?" and go on. But you're going to get to see those guys, and some of them you really look forward to see because you're only going to see once or twice a year. Some of them you're only going to see once a year, and that's what makes our sport so special. Years ago, I fished bass tournaments, and you'd see these guys, and they didn't give a rat's ass if they seen you or not. They didn't care if they seen you. And if you ever beat them, they didn't care if they ever seen you again. Well, they really didn't. But catfishing guys are not that way. If you beat them, man, they're the first guy to shake your hand and the first person to walk up to you at the next event and say, "Hey, man, great, good luck in this one. Can't wait to see you the next time." I was so proud when Ishcommerce won that tournament here a few weeks ago. Those guys have hit it really, really hard all year. I know they're going to be at Memphis. I hope they make Winter Blues. Them guys have really busted. I was so proud of them guys for winning that tournament. And it's that kind of stuff is so good for the sport. They've made that a family adventure this summer, and you can't ask for no more than that.
That's right. I mean, you know, that's what turned me on about this sport. The very first time I saw it, when the very first Winter Blues that Daniel drugged me into, you know, it's like I've told everybody. I mean, when I first heard about this, I didn't believe it. You know, I mean, I was a naysayer, but I finally come out there and saw that, and I saw the friendship, the camaraderie, you know, everybody out there laughing and joking and having a good time. And, you know, I'm standing up on that stage and I'm looking down and I'm seeing all this stuff. And it was just, I was standing there thinking, I just cannot believe how friendly everybody is, and the families and the husbands and wives and the husbands and wives of the children and, you know, all that. And man, well, you know, I just told Daniel after that tournament, I said, I got to get more involved in this. I love this. And that's what I've enjoyed about it since day one. You know, is everybody being friendly, everybody having a good time with each other. And it's like that at every tournament you go to. Whether it's Winter Blues or the Sea Arc Owners Tournament or any of them. MRM. I mean, same way. You should, when I'm standing up there on that stage and I can see, you know, what's going on out there, you know, everybody's laughing and having a good time. And it's just awesome, man. I love it. So,
that's
you know, every tournament we do is going to be the same way. We're going to do everything we can do to, you know, let everybody have a good time first and foremost.
Absolutely.
You know, have fun. Let's visit with each other. Let's have a good time.
Yep.
And, you know, then the tournament secondary is the way I look at it.
I agree. Adam, Isaac, thank you so much. Mike Pazio, thank you. Adam, thank you again, Adam and Mike Branham. Thank you all. This was started. Jeremy, thank you. For Doc, Who's Your Cat Man, thank you. I will see that they get this. Now, it takes a few minutes, or it takes a while. There's I'll explain how this works before we go on with Jody. There's a limit you have to meet before this money is sent in. But once that limit is reached, I will keep track of this, and all of that money that is donated for Doc will be sent to him. I promise you he will get it. And we're really close to that line again. It takes a month or two before the limit's met, but once they send it in to us, this money will be pulled out and sent to him. I will promise you that. And I'm sure he will let you know when it's done. But thank you so much. I know he'll greatly appreciate it. Glenn with RigRap would like to know, how big is Wheeler Lake? And Mark Christman would like to know how much current is normally on Wheeler, and I know that varies.
Yeah, I don't have answers to those questions.
Okay. Okay.
The best thing I can tell you is get on the Alabama Power website. They list all of the lakes on there, and then the flow and the current and all that stuff. It's Alabama Power is the one to control. Well, no, that's TVA. I'm sorry. Wheeler Lake is TVA, Tennessee Valley. And, they've got a website that explains all that. So,
that's something I would like to understand. Everything in our area is controlled by the Corps of Engineers. And I've often wondered how the TVA can control that and keep the Corps of Engineers from doing it, because the Corps of Engineers, in my opinion, is the worst, because they'll run the water out of everything to where the poor guy trying to duck hunt in the wintertime has no water to work with, and they'll hold water up in them lakes up north, so them guys got water, which I could care less about, and you'll tear up boat motors and everything under the sun trying to duck hunt, and then in the spring they flood us out down here because they have to dump all that water out when the rains start coming. I don't understand them clowns at all. But TVA does things a whole lot different than the Corps does, and I don't understand how they can keep control of that away from the Corps. I never have understood that.
I guess it's all based on power demand. That these lakes up here are all they're power generating dams is what they are. So I think it's based on power demand on how much they run.
I see.
During the wintertime, everybody down here has got their air conditioners running wide open, so they got to generate more power. Yeah,
I promise you, in Missouri, there's no air conditioners running.
But anyway, Lyle, I hate to do this. Give me just a minute. I was so wrapped up trying to get this computer going and everything plugged in, I forgot to plug it in and get the power supply.
Sure.
I just got to notice I got 10% battery left, so give me just a minute.
I'll tell you what, while you're doing that, I'm going to give away some stuff in chat.
Okay, do that.
All right, buddy.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, man. We have some stuff for chat tonight, and the people that are with us in chat, we are going to give away a $25 gift certificate from Dale's Homemade Tackle. And Cindy, if you'll give me a number, and let me see how many of us is in there. Participants in chat. Looks to be about 40, 41.
Ready?
Yeah. Two? Number two?
Oh, you're talking, how are you doing it? You random, yeah.
So, Glenn Shue, S-H-U-E, you are the winner of a $25 gift certificate from Dale's Tackle. And if you will contact them, they will give you a code, a promotional code, and you can get that from Dale Dunaway, and he will hook you up from that. And to be quite honest, with Dale's Tackle, they offer sinkers for 15 cents a pound, and they can ship 25 pounds of sinkers for $7. And they carry products such as RigRap, Hooker's Terminal Tackle, Slime Line, Whisker Sticks, and Hook Setter, and Team Catfish. So contact Dale, and he will give you a promotional code, and you can collect your $25 gift certificate and spend it right there with him. So what was that?
I forgot to write down.
The winner was Glenn Shue, S-H-E-U, or U-E. And thanks so much for watching Catfish Weekly, being in chat and playing our games with us tonight. Okay, Jody, did you get all hooked back up?
I did. I apologize for that.
Hey, that's not a problem, man. So. That's not a problem. I'll tell you what, while we're at this, we haven't spun the RigRap prize wheel tonight. So if you pick us out a number between 1 and 5, let's just go ahead and give the old RigRap prize wheel a spin.
How about number 4?
Number 4 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the winner is it's Jacob Schwartz, SCHWARTZ.
All right, ready?
I am ready.
That prize wheel has become so popular, hasn't it?
It really has.
That is so cool.
Glenn come up with that idea, and it has been a great lot of fun for us.
Next time you have one of them sponsors fall off, I want a spot on there.
I will make sure that happens. Whisker Sticks LED lights. Jacob, if you will contact Tim with Whisker Sticks, they will hook you up with a price. In fact, I still have some that we haven't given away from some giveaways before. If you will just send me your information, I will ship them from here. There's no sense of Tim doing that till we give away what we have, and I will mail them out before we leave for our trip. So contact me. Just send me a message on Catfish Weekly, and we will ship them out to you. Thanks so much for watching the show and playing our RigRap prize wheel game. It's great LED lights. I know you're going to love them. And Tim's been with us since they've started their business, and we will get them shipped right out to you. Thanks so much. All right. Well, we was still on Winter Blues on Wheels. So,
yeah, Winter Blues on Wheels.
I'm still thinking about the food, drinking.
I'll tell you what. Let me give y'all a website to go check out.
Okay.
XEO. That's XEObrewing.com. XEObrewing.com. They're going to be our sponsors for the Thursday night social event we're going to have. And everybody, y'all check their website out and get you an idea of where they're located. They're in downtown Decatur, 105 First Avenue Northeast. But I've heard nothing but good things about these folks. And like I said, when my wife called and was talking to them about it, the owners that she was talking to just got all excited about it. And they've never seen anything like what we're going to bring. So everybody, y'all come on out that Thursday night. Let's have a good time. And I want to stress enough that, this ain't like a bar room atmosphere, so if you don't drink, you're still welcome to come. You're going to be comfortable there. It's more like a restaurant setting. And, so I don't want anybody to feel out of place, if you don't drink, just if you don't drink, you don't have to, then you don't feel like you got to, or anything like that. And it ain't some old dive bar. It's a really nice place. So, it's just, like I said, it's something we wanted to do to just kind of give back and show everybody how much we appreciate everything. And so we're going to have a good time that Thursday night. So that'll be Thursday night. We're going to have our social event. Friday night will be the captain's meeting right there at Ingalls Harbor in the pavilion. And then, we'll get ready to get this thing blasted off that Saturday morning. Right now for the event, we're looking at least $10,000 first place payout. We're working on trying to add to that, make it a little bit more. We bumped up the state record to $60,000.
Wow.
Yep. Last year it was 50,000. This year it's going to be 60,000. I feel like I just didn't give everybody enough motivation, so let me try a little harder. So.
Whoa. Now there he is.
He's going to have to talk again.
He's having some issues there.
Well, tell him how to get on the RigRap wheel. Someone was asking.
We lost you there for a minute, Jody.
All right, where's the last place you had me at?
Oh no.
So did y'all hear about the we got Thursday night? We're gonna be at the brewery, the Cross-Eyed Owl Brewery. Friday night, captain's meeting.
Yep.
Saturday we're gonna have the blast off that morning.
Yep.
And then it's at least $10,000 first place.
Yep.
We're working on trying to build that up.
Yep.
$60,000 state record.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, we increased that from 50,000 last year. We added another 10,000, and if it don't, if it don't get broke on this one, we're going to bump it up to 70,000. So
Oh
what I
my.
want to try to do is every year, if it don't hit, we're going to try to add 10 more thousand to it.
Oh my.
That'll be a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and we're working on a couple more big things. I really can't talk about yet. I'm waiting on some signatures and all that. And if I can get them signatures on here, this is going to be the best Winter Blues ever. Which I think it's going to be the best one ever anyway, but it's going to be even better. So, and we'll live stream the event just like we did last year. We're going to add we're going to put a little bit more production value into it this year to make it a little bigger. And so, as we do, just try to make Winter Blues bigger and better.
All you guys, and man, you've really stepped this up. I mean, $70,000 for next year if nobody breaks the state record this year, and $60,000 on top of everything else you're doing. And let's face it, Daniel or Jody, the Alabama state record isn't out of reach.
No, it's not. Now, that's why I did this. I'm not going to put something out there that's just, that ain't never going to happen. But, last year there was a 108-pounder caught, 98-pounder caught, 102-pounder caught. So, I mean, the fish are there. Yeah, I mean, we're getting close to being able to break that state record. So I think that it's very possible. So, and just think of how much fun this thing would be if it did get broken.
Yeah, it's extremely doable because do you know offhand what the state record is?
120.1.
Yeah, I mean, you're 15 pounds away from it.
Yeah.
That fish is in that lake. I promise you.
It's there. I have no doubt about it. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would.
Yeah. How many people get broke off down there in this tournament every year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's happening. It's happening.
Yep.
So,
yeah, and that's what's awesome about it, is good and well. Everybody's fishing that tournament. Every time they get a good one hooked on, that 60,000 is going to be flashing in their mind.
Oh,
is this it?
and it very possibly could be.
Yep. So
that lake is full of structure, and there's no doubt in my. A story that comes back to my mind every time we talk about big fish on Wheeler is my buddy John Nordyke had some vacation time the first time he went down there. And we was going to go down there and fish it. And he wanted to go, and he had some buddies that he was fishing with. And he called me up and he said, I got vacation time I'm going to lose if I don't take it. He said, recommend me a guide and go with me. I said, I can't go that early. And he said, well, recommend me a guide. I said, well, I'll give you 2 guides to go, Mike Mitchell or Jason, God dang it, Bridges. And he said, which one would you go with? I said, well, either one would be fine. I said, I know Jason Bridges really well. He'd be a blast to go with. But I said, Mike would be a great one. Either one. And he chose Jason Bridges. And they went down there, and they had Jason hadn't had him in about 15 minutes, and he put 105 in the boat.
Wow.
And we was pulling out of our driveway to head to Winter Blues, and the phone rang, and it was John, and him and Jason was on the phone, and they was hooping and hollering. And I just shut the truck off, and we sat in our driveway visiting with them for probably a half hour. And at that time, it may still be, I don't know, but at that time, it was the biggest fish that Jason had ever put in his boat. And man, I was so happy for them guys. They had a blast. And John was so thrilled. And I know that's still the biggest fish he ever got.
Yep.
And
that's only 15 pounds from the state record.
15 pounds from the state record. And that was on I believe that was on a Tuesday. And this, of course, this was before you was offering this, but it's doable, man, boys. I'm telling you, that is doable.
Yeah. And we're going to have it for the national championship too.
I got a question here. Are you going to allow people to lock through?
Yes. Yeah, you can lock through if you want to.
Okay. What's the date?
January 5th.
January 5th. And how do you sign up for the wheel? To sign up for the RigRap prize wheel, you must go to catfishweekly.com and sign up on our website every week. And then we download those to random.org, and that's how we pick our people off of that every week. And the reason we do it on our website is because we was doing it off of Facebook, and I would spend 2 full days every week. That's all I done. And I can't spend that much time. Hey, looky here.
Yep, here's my sidekick. He wanted to get up in here for a minute.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good. All right. I seen some pictures of you over the weekend.
Tony Caton said free shipping, and not 2 but 3. Ask him if he wants to give it to the people that signed up for the wheel. Maybe
Tony, would you like to do that for the people that's in chat?
Hello, model.
Or for the people that signed up on the wheel? We got something working here, Jody. Sometimes we just have things happen, just out of the blue. I believe we can do chat. Okay, so let me go back and find this. Hang on, folks, and we're not done yet. Never mind 2. We're going to do 3. I found that, so let me find it. Okay, we're going to do chat. And Tony Caton, our good friend from Big Cat Fever Rods, is going to give away 3 Big Cat Fever rods of the winner's choice from the people that is in chat, and pay the shipping to get them shipped to you from the people that's in chat. And I am going to get the people that I had before and get them out of there. Take me a second here. That's a pretty good prize in itself.
Thank you, Tony.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it, Tony. You've done this a few times, and it's always been a cool deal. And that's all of those. And we'll go back in here. And the chat is rocking on now, participants. And we'll go down here and see how many we have.
Got a bunch of folks on chat tonight?
Yes, we do.
Well, good, good.
And paste. And we have, it says 139, but there's some blank spots.
Someone said Big Cat Fever rod, if they break it on at Wheeler, it's 75. With their rods, is it 75,000? To just think, Big Cat Fever rod and the rod and the state record, it'll be, so it must be 15,000 if you break their record with their rods, and then the 60,000. So wow,
that'd be awesome.
It would.
That's 75 grand right there.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a huge.
And then chances are, if you break the state record, you're going to win the tournament too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's another $10,000.
Exactly.
I mean, you closing in on close to $100,000 there.
That's right. Okay, Tony, I know you're watching, so I have them loaded up. So you pick me a number between 1 and 139, and that will be the winner. And that's the people that's in chat right now. And you put that in our chat, and that will be the winner.
Picking numbers. Ouch. Gosh, dang.
What'd you do? Oh.
7.
7, is that what he said?
Yeah, number 7.
Number 7. And number 7 is Sonny Parker. Sonny Parker, you are the winner of 3 Big Cat Fever rods. Contact Tony Caton, our Big Cat Fever rods, and they will hook you up with the 3 rods of your choice. Thanks so much for watching Catfish Weekly.
Thanks.
Tony, thank you guys so much at Big Cat Fever for giving away them rods on our show. It means so much to us. We appreciate it very much.
All right. Tony, you need to give me a call, man. We'd like to talk to y'all about what we got coming up too, and we'd love to have you guys on board. So give me a call. I'd like to talk to you about it. Got a lot of things in the works. A lot of things are building, and it's just things are getting really good here. So, all right, we talked about Winter Blues for a minute. Let's talk about the National Championship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now, this is all nailed down for date, place, and everything.
We have officially got the date down. Finally. It took us long enough. March 2nd. March 2nd, 2019 is going to be the date of the National Championship.
All right.
We're going to be going out at Joe Wheeler State Park in Rogersville, Alabama, the former location of Winter Blues. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, we're proud to still be able to have a relationship with Rogersville there. And come on, bud.
Man.
I love videos.
And you know, and then they're tickled to death to have us in there, and you know, so you know, I done lost my whole train of thought here. You got something you want to say? What do you want to say? Go on and get it. I know it's killing you. Go on and do it.
Bye bye, mother. Bye bye, world.
Is Mama watching upstairs?
Yes.
And you was just killing you. Say something, wasn't it?
Yes. Hello, mother.
Hello, mother.
Bye bye, mother.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Can you run, go play, and let Daddy finish doing what he was doing?
Yes.
Okay. See, it's a family event.
And that's the way it should be.
That's right. So, oh man, that boy, he's something else. Anyway, March 2nd. March 2nd was the big announcement we wanted to make that we finally got the date nailed down. Joe Wheeler State Park, and I got a phone call the other day from Leslie at the Rogersville Chamber of Commerce, and she said, Jody, I just found out that you guys are going to be at Decatur for Winter Blues. She said, I can't tell you how disappointed I am. And I told her, I said, you know, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry about that. I said, but, you know, we just outgrew it. Winter Blues outgrew it. And she said, well, you know, the community is going to be devastated when they find out about this because they loved having everybody coming in town. And so she was pretty upset about it. And I told her, I said, we're going to be back there in March for the national championship. And apparently she hadn't been told about it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we told her that, you know, we'd be there March 2nd. So, you know, they were happy about that, about us still being in, you know, coming in town, just going to be a couple months later. So, you know, City of Rogersville's pumped up once again to have everybody there. And, you know, you just can't ask for a better community that supports this sport like they do. So, and just like Winter Blues, I mean, we're working on some more stuff, and once again, waiting on signatures and all that other stuff. And once we do, we'll be able to make some bigger announcements. And, you know, right now for it, we got a guaranteed $5,000 first place. Whether it's, you know, 1 boat or 100 boats shows up, it's, you know, we're going to pay that $5,000 regardless. And so, and like I said, if we can get these other signatures done and get these announcements made, it's going to be bigger and better. So, you know, I just really, you know, this is one of the first steps that, you know, everybody's been talking about unity, bringing the sport together, bringing everybody together. And, you know, this is an opportunity for all of us tournament directors to come together and have a true national championship. You know, it's just not one event saying that, well, if you win this event, you're the national champion, or you finish, you know, these particular tournaments, then you'll be a champion. You know, this is a true national championship. You know, it brings people from all across the country, all different tournament trails. And, you know, this is an opportunity for us to work together. And, you know, if there's any other tournament directors watching this, I mean, let's please do this. Let's please work together and make this thing happen. You know, this ain't about me, you know, or anything like that. I mean, this is something that we can do to help further the sport. You know, I mean, it was, you know, the way the anglers came together in Kentucky earlier in the week, you know, to meet with the Kentucky Conservation Department, and, you know, Aaron Wheatley, you know, leading that thing like he did. You know, you had anglers coming from all across the country. You know, Daniel went up there to represent us, and, you know, the Facebook post I made on there, I just put 2 words on it. You know, I just posted unity and togetherness. And that was all that needed to be said. And, you know, it was an opportunity for everybody to come together, and it was awesome how they did. You know, so if we can, you know, get everybody excited about this, get the tournament directors, get, you know, the participants, and help us. Let's build this thing together. This is us. This ain't me. This ain't I. This ain't you. It's us. And, you know, let's build this national championship and just make it bigger and better. I had a couple people, they made a comment that, we can't believe that you went, you know, just went straight to Wheeler. That, you know, that's not right for you to go down there. And, you know, as far as we're concerned, as a true national championship, we're going to move this thing around every year. You know, it was up north last year. You know, this year it's going to be, you know, down here in Wheeler. And right now we're already looking towards 2020, trying to find another location somewhere else. And, you know, we're in the talks with a couple of people now. And, but as I keep saying over and over, it's going to take all of us working together. And I need y'all's help. I need y'all's help to do this, and, you know, y'all work with me, and let's build this thing.
Well, that's exactly right. And, you know, you and I talked a lot when we started this deal, and there was a need for a true national championship that made it available throughout the United States, not just in a localized area where one certain organization had their tournaments. And this was the only fair way to do it that I seen. And in my mind, I knew I was only going to do it 1 year. And in my mind, I had you guys picked out from the beginning, and I know that you will do great with it. It's kind of like Alex. We found Alex to run Twisted Cat. Alex has done a fabulous job with that, and I know you guys are going to do an outstanding job with this. But it takes those kind of guys to do things. Cindy and I are past that. You know, it's not that I still don't have these ideas. I've shared a couple other ideas with you, but I'm not going to act on these ideas no more. I don't want to do things. It's not that I still don't. What?
I want to fish.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, we want to fish. You know, and you know, I told you how I get the ideas. I sit around here at night thinking about stuff, and I write them down. And I still think the greatest format in fishing right now is that one they do in the bass tournament things, where them guys put a guy in a boat and they Major League Fishing. I think that's the greatest format. I don't know how you could do it with a team of catfishing guys, and I don't think you could go to Wheeler Lake or below the Alton Dam in St. Louis, and I don't think you could do one guy doing fish there and get them in the boat. I don't think you could do one guy fishing catfish that way. You'd have to do it as a team event, and by the time you got everything it took to do it, I don't believe you could make it happen catfishing without doing it as a team. But that still is the greatest format for fishing. That is the only bass fishing show that I watch, period. I don't watch crappie stuff. There's nothing any more boring than watching scale fish being caught on my TV. But I love that show. I love that format. It's exciting. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it is cool. I like it too.
But I don't think you can do it with one person catching big fish. Now, if you was only catching channel cat, it would work. But when you're catching big flatheads and big blues, I don't think one guy can safely do it.
Yeah, well, we made it a rule for winter blues this year. We had some controversy last year about there was a couple of people wanting to fish by themselves.
It's dangerous,
and we're not going to do that. We made a rule there's got to be 2 people in the boat, and it's a safety issue, is what it is.
That's right.
You know, when you're out there in 8-degree weather, freezing cold like it is, one person they don't have no business being in the boat by themselves. I don't care how good you are. I don't care if you can walk on water. You don't need to be out there by yourself.
Jody, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to put Cindy in that position with just her and I. If it's not in pretty fair conditions, her and I will always have a third person.
Yep.
We're fishing Memphis. We could fish Memphis by ourselves, but I was kind of relieved when Trevor wanted to go down there and fish with us. John, we asked John. John was going to go, and he got shipped off to the company he works for, shipped him to Germany. He has to do that a time or two a year, go over there for 2 weeks to a month at a time, and that throwed him out. And Trevor wanted to go and shoot. Man, that's great. We already have our partner lined up for Mrs. Monsters on the Ohio, and I'm so thrilled that he's going to fish with us. But winter blues, if it's not 60 degrees, we'll have a third person down there. I promise you.
That's it. I mean, it's the safety first. I mean, leave the ego at home, and
that's right.
Let's look out for each other.
Okay. All right, Cindy's got a question here. Hang on.
Mark Chrisman said, "What's the deal? He heard last year that people signed up last got more fishing time. Is this true?"
Oh God, I tell you what. I mean, the people that keep stirring the pot on that, it's ridiculous, is what it is. The way this thing is set up is that we run this thing 25 boat flights, 15 minutes apart. And then you get the people that wants to start stirring up a bunch of controversy, say, well, the last ones get to fish longer. Yeah, they may get a little longer to fish, but they're not having the first chances at the holes like the other people do. I mean, it's give and take is what it is. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to let 200 boats blast off at one time.
No,
so everybody can have equal fishing time. It's unsafe. A tournament of this size cannot do that.
No.
If you want to go fish a 25 boat wildcat down there, at Joe Blow's Landing, and everybody wants to blast off at 7 o'clock, yeah, you can do that. I mean, that's not a problem. When you got 200 plus boats, you can't do that. It is unsafe. And then, when everybody wants to come in at the same time too, you can't have 200 boats coming back in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
No.
You're going to have fish dying. You're going to have people raising hell because they're having to sit there at the ramp. It's just a logistics and safety nightmare.
Well,
to spread it out.
Some of that, Jody, is common sense.
Right.
And you've got to use common sense with some of this stuff. I will tell you a story right quick. We fished a Cat's Incredible tournament up in Grand Forks and on the Red River. And up there where they jump out of the Grand Forks up there, it's a very small river and it's real crooked. We was in our tracker with a 125 horse Mercury on it, and they was releasing us out there in flights of 5 boats, I believe.
I think it was 10.
Maybe it was 10. Now this narrow river up there, and you ease up there until your flight gets released, and then they throw up they drop the board that has your numbers on it. And when we took off, it was like a bunch of race cars. Everybody's boats are doing this with takeoff, and our boat didn't have a mark on it. It was pristine. And it's got dents all the way down through it where them big boats, them 225s and stuff, 250s, banged us on each side going down through there. I was pissed. There wasn't nothing I could do about it. I couldn't catch them. They was gone. I mean, after they beat the hell out of us, they was out of the way. And we eased over to the bank and stayed next to the bank as we was going up through there as wide open as we could run. And them guys would get right beside you and just blow by you on this little over. It was a lot of fun, but them guys, I mean, they beat the hell out of our boat going up through there. But we still had a good time. But there's no sense in that. If you don't have to do it that way,
That's right.
Why do it? You got to use some common sense. And we learned about that. We won't go back.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, there's no sense in that. We didn't know any better. We'd never been there before. We had a blast, but we haven't been back. I mean, I'm not going to take these boats I'm in now up there and do that. I'm just not going to do it.
Well, it's like, the safety issue of it. Unfortunately, everybody can't afford to buy, a 24-foot Sea Ark.
No.
I mean, everybody can't afford to do that.
Nope.
And, I've seen some guys out there. I mean, they're out there just at what they can fish in. They're out there trying to fish and all. And if you go let everybody just rip out of there at one time, that takes a chance of sinking somebody. One of the guys in these smaller boats, he's out there trying to fish with his wife and have just a good time. And then, all these big boats they're going to flood him out.
That's right.
And I'm not going to take that chance. I mean,
no, there's no sense in it.
No, I'm not going to get anybody hurt out there because somebody thinks that they're going to get 15 more fishing minutes than somebody else.
Yeah. And chances are they're really not, because they're probably not going to get there any sooner or go any further than the next guy.
And I mean, everybody wants to sit there and, look at their watch and think, well, this one, if I sign up last, I'm going to get an hour more fishing time than somebody else does. You can look at it that way, or you can look at, well, I can get in the first flight and I can get on the best holes first.
That's right.
I can get to my spots first, because it don't matter if you get more fishing time. I mean, when you're boat 200, you might be out there every spot you go to, there's boats already sitting on it. So, I mean, you just, you're going to be playing sloppy seconds to everybody else. So it's give and take. It's a give and take on this.
There's stuff going on. Yeah, it is. That's exactly right. Yeah. Now, Carl Morris was on our show a year or two ago. And, Carl has always told everybody all along that his boat's not very fast, but he will tell you that he rarely goes long distances. He finds the fish he's going to fish for in a 20 or 30 mile area from launch, and he'll fish those fish. And Carl does pretty damn good. He does, and about anywhere he goes, and he knows what his limitations are. And he was in that Cabela's tournament over the weekend. The first day he done okay, and the second day he done really good. His boat will run, I don't know if it's 35 or so mile an hour, but he figures he'll run 25, 30 miles is the max he's going to travel and be competitive.
Right.
And he finds his fish in about every tournament he goes to.
Yep. Well, I mean, I just, people need to quit worrying about that so much, because it's not as big of a deal as some folks try to make it out to be.
That's right. If you're worried about 2 minutes, you probably ain't on a fish it's going to take to win it anyhow.
That's right. I mean, I've been doing these big tournaments like this for 10 years. I mean, I've been running 200 plus boat tournaments all these years, and I'm telling you, I mean, I have not seen proof of it making any difference either way.
That's right.
I've had people win the tournament on the first flight, and I've had people win tournaments on the last flight.
That's right.
Just don't make that big of a difference.
That's right.
Even though, where it makes the biggest difference is everybody's sitting here fussing about it. That's where the difference comes in.
That's because they ain't got nothing else to think about.
Just got to quit worrying about that so much. And, let's get signed up for the tournament. Let's get out there and let's fish. Let's quit worrying about if Joe Blow over there is going to get more time to fish than I do.
Yeah,
if you worry about that, you ain't on fish anyway.
That's right. So, I got some giveaways. You want to give some stuff away?
Give it away.
All right, man.
Come on, give away.
Well, Tony Caton got back in, and he wants to give away some slime line. And what he wants to give away, Jody, is 2 spools of slime line, your choice, 325-yard spools. So I've got the people that are in chat now downloaded. So, Jody, why don't you pick us out a number between 1 and 61 is the number that are in chat at present time. and that'll be the winner.
Between 1 and 61. How about 22?
22 is John Spear.
Good job. Congratulations, John.
Yes, sir. John, if you will contact Tony or the boys at Big Cat Fever Rod, tell them you won 2 spools of slime line of your choice. They will get them shipped out to you. Thank you so much for watching Catfish Weekly. I use their product. I use the heaviest line they have for leader material because I don't use monofilament. I have yet to have a problem with it. It does not kink up really, really bad at all. And we have not had any problem with it used for leader material. I do have some that I'm going to try in some channel cat tournaments, but we do so much bumping, and monofilament doesn't work very well for me for bumping. So I'm a braid kind of guy, but it works really good for leader material for us. So congratulations. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly.
All right. What about Mississippi River Monsters? Everybody getting wound up for that?
I am.
Yep, we're looking forward to it too. We're going to be down there again doing the weigh-in like we always do, and that's another great event that we look forward to doing. And
oh man, it's going to be a blast. Always is a blast.
Yep. It is. It is.
We're going to be down there 10 days, Jody. We're going to be down there 10 days.
Wow, really? You're going to spend 10 days down there?
Yeah. We're going to be down there to fish the first tournament, the Excel tournament, and then we're going to stay the whole time down there and fish the main event. And we're going to pester the hell out of George while we're down there.
Hey, I can't think of a better one for you to pester. So.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Pick down a number between 1 and 5. We're going to spin the RigRap prize wheel again.
3.
1, 2, 3. Sandy Wells.
Sandy Wells. I'll tell you what. River Rat's Real Repair there. Me and him's good friends. I'm going to substitute River Rats for a free entry to Winter Blues.
Oh, wow.
So if you get there, if you land on River Rats, that's actually a free entry to Winter Blues.
Wow.
Let her rip. Let's see what she got.
I got to tell you, I sent some reels down to Jarrett. Well, it's Hooker's Terminal Tackle, Sandy. So you get a hold of Hooker's Terminal Tackle and tell them you want some hooks, some Reaper hooks on Catfish Weekly, and James will fix you right up. He's one of the great sponsors on our show. And thanks so much for watching Catfish Weekly and playing the RigRap prize wheel game. I sent some reels down to Jarrett. Jarrett was such a great help when you guys were up the lake. He done a bang-up job, worked his tail off, and he's always after me, send them. And I kept telling him I would. And we're getting stuff gathered up to go to Memphis. And Cindy has a purple reel and a purple rod that she loves to use, and it's the last 2 tournaments that we won big fish in. The big fish come off of that rod and reel. Well, we got ready to take that reel and rod, and I got to checking it, and the little nut that holds the deal that runs the line across there, the nut come off of it, and the little deal that holds it in there fell out, and I didn't have that, so we hadn't been taking that. Needless to say, we haven't been doing very good.
Lost your lucky charm.
Yeah. She said, I got to have that. We got to take that down there. I said, that's no problem. So I gathered up a couple other reels I had, and I sent them to Jarrett, and I told him some other parts that I needed. And just over a week, he had all the reels fixed, sent back to me, and some paws that run that stuff around. And he got the paws to me, and they're laying right here. Mm-hmm. He put them on a card, 2 extra paws in case I lose some more or break them. Yep. They look and feel better than they did when he's brand new. And I've never had a Abu Garcia that was rough at all. I've had some of them others that are be real smooth that wasn't. But these babies are smooth. They're clean. They look awesome. And Cindy's all fixed up. We're ready to go with some spare stuff now. And he done an amazing job. And I'm just really thrilled with the service and the quality of work that I got from Jared. So anybody that has anything that they need done, get a hold of Jared at RigRap Real Repair. He will fix you up in a timely fashion, at a very reasonable price. Just call him if you want to know what it's going to be, because he's got it going on down there.
Yeah, Jared does great work. It's really amazing what he can do with a reel. And but he's going to be at MRM with us. You know, he runs around with us. So, you know, if anybody's got some reels they need some work on, you know, he can pick them up there at the tournament and then ship them back to you, or you can ship them to him now, and then maybe he can have them ready by the time the tournament gets there.
Yeah.
He'll be in Memphis with us, so get in touch with him, and you know, I highly recommend him.
Oh, absolutely. And like I say, excellent work. He's a heck of a guy just to sit and talk to. Yeah, and he's not just an Abu Garcia guy. No. I had some parts that I needed for some Daiwas that I got, and they're line guides. And they come up missing. I don't know. You know, they just popped out, and they got lost. I didn't save them. And I told him I needed them. He said, "Oh, yeah, I'll get that."
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it ain't no big deal.
I'll get them. Hey, you know, we got some more stuff to give away here. Tony's back in here. He's got one more medium action big cat fever white rod, great for lake fishing. He wants to give that away too. Let me get this up in chat. I still got to give away from Dale yet, but let me get the chat up here again, because it changes. The chat changes every time we do one. So give me just a second.
That's awesome, man. Tony's really stepping up and doing it, ain't he?
Oh man, you know, and last year we was down at Memphis doing these our live show down there, and him and Big Cat Fever, they called in, and I had to have Cindy get a hold of him because they would give away 5 or 6 rods down there, and I thought, oh man, you got to make sure that's right. And it was, you know, it was. So they did that while we was live down there. But okay, Cindy, why don't you do it this time? We have 115 in chat right now.
115. I hear you, big boy. Getting popular.
Yeah. Pick me up a number.
Well, I need all them 115 to get signed up for Winter Blues.
You do. You do. You need them all.
Because the more I can get signed up, the more places, the more I give away.
That's right.
I'll refund some entry fees.
Justin's Fishing Fetish. Justin's Fishing Fetish. If you will get a hold of Tony Caton, Big Cat Fever Rods, and tell them that you won the white Big Cat Fever Rod that he's giving away on Catfish Weekly, they will hook you up and get you taken care of. Tony Caton, Big Cat Fever Rods, all you guys involved with, thank you so much for the giveaways tonight. We appreciate it. I know all the guys that won appreciate it, but everyone in chat appreciates it very much. They sit in there and they like it. They appreciate you guys doing this. And hit the thumbs up, guys, because that way these people know that you appreciate them spending their time and money giving stuff away on our show. It means so much to us and them too. Thank you all a whole bunch for doing that. And
well, it means a lot to all of us. I mean, we can't do it without the anglers. I mean, anglers is what drives this sport. Without them, the rest of us are nothing. And,
well, we got to have the anglers for. It doesn't matter if it's tournaments or our show or the websites or whatever it is. The anglers makes it all.
That's right.
It makes it happen. Now
it's all about them. So
how many people do you have entered in Winter Blues right now?
40-ish, something like that. I was going to try to get the list updated this weekend, but family stuff took over, and I had to do a bunch of family stuff this past weekend. So I'm gonna try to get it all updated maybe tomorrow. The office I got to work out of tomorrow is a slower office, and sometimes I can sneak some fish life work in there. So I'm gonna try to get that done. And we're working on a lot of things around here. My wife, she left her job after 15.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, man, having her here has made such a huge difference.
I'll bet.
We've been doing. I mean, she has taken our products, our Fish Life Fish Care products. She's grabbed a hold to them and ran with it. And I mean, she's done picked up a bunch of new stores with them. And now she's trying to learn more about the tournament stuff, and she's going to start helping more. With helping me keep track of everything, all of this stuff. Everybody's having to wait for me to update this and update that. My real job just gets in the way so much. So she's going to start taking over a lot of that and, making everything a lot more efficient. Because people, they send in their entry fee. They want to know what boat number they are. And I'm having to put people off because my real job's getting in the way. But hopefully that's going to be changing soon too. I got some things in the works with about my job, and if the good Lord will bless me and smile on me and answer these prayers that I keep praying about this, that a lot of that's going to change too, and then I can do better. But I think pretty much everybody's watching this as they work for a living too, so they understand how that gets in the way. But anyway, but the original question, I think we're 40 something, close to 50, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we need to go ahead and start getting them numbers up. I mean, we need
it's time.
It's time to get them up. Decatur, Morgan County Tourism has done a great job of helping us out, putting everything together for us down there at Ingalls Harbor. They're watching real close because this is their first Winter Blues.
Yeah.
They came to Rogersville last year and saw what we were doing and got real excited about it. So this is going to be their first one. So we really need to show out and show them what we're doing. Because Ingalls Harbor, Decatur, Alabama, is it's almost like the central hub for all the fishing up here. I mean, Lake Guntersville, of course, is, Lake Guntersville, and everybody's, wants to go there and fish for bass. But Ingalls Harbor in Decatur, Alabama is kind of the one that everybody looks at in all of these tourism groups and all these cities. They watch Ingalls to see what Ingalls does. And, a lot of people don't know it, but Ingalls Harbor was actually designed with a lot of input from BASS. When they built that facility, they got BASS to come out there and, act as consultants on it to build the perfect, tournament launch site. And they did. They succeeded. But, that's the location that people watch. They see what's going on at Ingalls, and, it kind of helps define who does what around here. So, we really need to show out. We need to show up, show out, and, I promise I'll make it worth it for everybody. We're doing all we can to give y'all everything we can. If we just got to get some signatures on a few things, and I'll really be able to announce more for Winter Blues and also the national championship. So in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of announcements coming from us. For Winter Blues, for the national championship. There's going to be a couple pretty big announcements after Mississippi River Monsters, and that we're working on. So, we're trying to do all we can for the sport. We know that it's the anglers that drive this, and we appreciate that. And so we're going to do all we can to give everybody good events.
Well, I know some of the stuff that's coming, and everybody's excited to hear all the new stuff that you got going. But in the meantime, can you give us a rundown on how much the entry fee is and any team limits that's going on?
Okay. Entry fee for Winter Blues is $200. And what we did this year is, you got to have at least two people in the boat, two person team at least. Have up to three, and we're not counting kids. what we're wanting to do is promote kids being involved in the sport. So I think that anybody under 16 is not counted as a team member. So you can bring 3 or 4 kids with you if you want to. Those are not counted as team members. You know, because we want you guys to help promote kids in the sport. You know, we want fathers to have their sons out there with them. You know, because you know as well as I do, sometimes it you know, the ugly truth is you got to decide, well, do I want to fish with my son and try to teach him something, or do I want to win this tournament? And you know, we're trying to do this to where people don't have to make that decision. You know, you can have your normal tournament partner with you that makes it competitive, but you can also bring your kids with you so they can be there with you and learn the sport like they should. So, you know.
That $200 does include big fish, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Okay, good, great.
We're not charging extra for a big fish.
Yep, that's what I thought. Was sure that was right, but you know, it's been 6-8 months since I was there.
I do good to remember yesterday.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, $200 entry fee is what it is. You pay online. It's actually $210. If you want to wait and pay at the captain's meeting, it'll be $225 for late entry fees at the captain's meeting.
That's still not a bad deal at all. That's a lot less than some of the tournaments are for late entry.
Yep. So
and cash.
There's going to be more added to it. There's
right.
More coming.
Yeah, there will be quite a bit more coming, and some big announcements coming from you guys. And as always, Jody, you know that anything that Catfish Weekly can do to help you announce anything at any time, all you have to do is get a hold of us. We're happy to help you guys, and so proud of what you guys have done with the sport. I mean, it's amazing. From the time that Chuck was on Catfish Weekly and we started talking about doing something down there, and then Daniel got involved, and him and Chuck was going to do things, and then Chuck decided he wasn't going to do things. And the first deal that Daniel put on to where that started to where you guys are now is amazing.
Yep, but it's all because of the support from the anglers.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I remember they was in a church basement.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the first one?
Yeah.
And Daniel and his wife was down there, and they would. I mean, she was stressing. You know, I don't think they could believe the turnout they had at the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what you guys put together for last year. It was just unreal.
Yep. And it's going to be bigger and better for the 5th anniversary too. So.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get there.
Wow.
Tony Caton, man.
He's a man.
Tony Caton wants to give away one more.
And you still got something else to give away, don't you?
I still have a giveaway to do tonight, but we're going to do. Tony, thank you so much. Yeah, man.
Tony's on fire tonight, ain't he?
Tony and Caleb has come on here tonight, and they're giving away the house. I know what it takes to make rods, and I know how much profit's in them babies. And they're going to give away one more white Big Cat Fever medium heavy. So let me get this loaded up again. It take me just a second because I wasn't ready for him. Wasn't ready for him the last time. But we're gonna get it on here. Yeah, a little feedback from Jody. But Hortus. Now, that's another thing that I'm used to Doc doing.
You don't realize how much you miss him, do you?
I do, too. Yeah, I miss old Doc a lot. I really do. 95 this time. All right. Cindy, pick me out a number between 1 and 95.
79.
79. That's an odd number. Jerry D270, and if I am correct, That's my old buddy Jerry from down in Texas.
While you're in there, you might as well give away your last stuff for chat.
While I'm in there,
Yeah, that way you don't have to.
I think I will give my last one from Dale's Tackle. And Jody, if you'd pick me out a number between 1 and 95, we'll do it while we're here too.
53.
53. T-Med Alexander. That's one I haven't heard of before. T-Med Alexander. That's a new one on me. T-Med Alexander. That's a new one.
He won Dale's Tackle.
He won a $25 gift certificate from Dale's Tackle, and he can contact Dale Dunaway on Facebook and get his promo code, and he can spend that and retrieve it on sinkers, or they carry RigRap products, Hooker's Terminal Tackle, Slime Line, Whisker Sticks, Hook Setter products, and Team Catfish stuff. So thank you guys for watching Catfish Weekly, being in the chat. We appreciate it so much. And these guys that Dale and Tony and Caleb and those guys from Big Cat Fever for donating all this stuff. It means so much to us. It keeps our chat people staying in the chat. And of course, you know, we've had around 100 in there most of the night. And Dale had contacted me before the show and wanted to give some stuff away, and we are very much appreciative of that. I didn't know about Tony and Caleb. I really didn't. They caught me completely off guard with that.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Well, it is. I'm thrilled with it. Those guys are so good for our sport.
Yeah, they're good guys. I got a chance to talk to them at the Catfish Conference, and really enjoyed the time we was able to spend together talking. And yeah, they good folks.
They are, and you can't really get Tony on the show. I've tried several times. Now Caleb, he'll come over and visit with you. He's very good on camera. Tony, he's a little camera shy. He don't want to do it. But I visited with him a lot at the Catfish Conference, and we had a great time. It was a lot of fun, and we enjoyed it very much. But you know, he just don't like the camera. That's okay. It's not for everybody.
That's right. It's not. I used to be scared to death of it. I see that little red light on the camera come on, and I'd shut down. I couldn't do nothing. So
yes, I mean, that's the way you do it.
Yep.
Well, listen, Daniel, or God, you're going to kill me. Jody, thank you so much for sharing all this information with us tonight. We really appreciate it. I know that you had other things you could be doing on a Monday night, and I really appreciate you coming on here and giving all this information out for everybody. Of course, I enjoy it when you come on the show. We have a really good time, so it was fun for you to be on here.
Well, you know, I like to make our bigger announcements through Catfish Weekly. You know, I really believe in what you've done with this too, Lyle, and, you know, I love your show. And, you know, I just, you know, and like you, I always have a good time doing this with you, but, you know, I like to save my big announcements for you. So
I appreciate that. And like I tell you, anytime that you have anything that we can help you with, we are very pleased to do it. I can't wait to get down there and see you at Memphis, man. We need to get out and go through some stuff down there.
Good to me.
Shoot the bull and we're coming to Winter Blues unless it's going to be 8 degrees again.
You're still gonna come anyway, though.
Yeah, I am. You know, I am.
You can't miss this one. This 5th anniversary. I'm telling you, we're gonna have a great time with it. You know, 5th anniversary. You know, quick recap. We're gonna do the social event Thursday night at the Cross-Eyed Owl Brewery. Y'all check them out, xeobrewing.com.
I got it wrote down, man.
xeobrewing.com. We're going to have, they're going to be there. Got a bunch of food trucks coming. So you ain't going to have no excuse to not come. So
I'll be there.
We're going to have food. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have music. I mean, there's just everything there. So we're going to have a great time with that. So xeobrewing.com. Y'all check them out. Tell them thank you for coming on board with Winter Blues. More sponsors are in the works right now. If there's anybody watching, we need you. We need sponsors. Y'all help us out. Come on now. We need you.
That's right.
All them anglers out there, thank y'all so much for everything you do for us. I promise you I'm going to do everything I can for y'all. Y'all go ahead and get signed up for the Winter Blues. National Championship, you guys, y'all push y'all's tournament directors to get involved in this. This is good for the sport. This is good for all of us. We'll keep growing this thing bigger and better, I promise you.
This is the beginning of big things to come in catfishing for organization, and we need that so badly.
We do. Yeah, but we're getting there. We're going to do it.
We're going to make it.
It's going to take all of us doing it, all of us working together. That's the thing. One person can't just step up and say, I'm doing this, because one person can't do this.
That's right.
It's going to take all of us working together. No one person can do as much as all of us together. So y'all push them tournament directors to get signed up for the national championship. Let's get this thing going. And I promise we're working hard on our end to make it even better.
That's right.
So, man, more announcements coming, more events coming up. We're working on some other stuff. And next big announcements, y'all watch on Catfish Weekly, and we'll make some more.
All right, man.
So, thank y'all so much.
All right, Jody.
Lyle, you have a good one, buddy. To let Doc know he's in our prayers. I don't have the words.
I understand.
But him and his family's in our prayers, and we're here if you need anything. All
right, man. Thanks so much.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right, buddy. We was asked in chat to do a moment of silence for Doc. We did that at the beginning of the show, but I think it is appropriate to do it again. So for just a second, let's have another moment of silence. Thank you guys for watching Catfish Weekly tonight. Thanks for the donations. I promise those will get to Doc as soon as it comes through our deal. This has been a great show. Jody is always a great guest, and we have had a blast with him tonight. I have to say, Cindy has pulled me through this because it's really been difficult without Doc these last few weeks, and she has done a lot, the stuff that Doc has normally done. And she sits here a lot of times and does stuff that Doc and I, neither one can keep up with, but she's done a double role here lately. But we'll be glad when Doc's back on the show and sitting in here making it happen. But he's been kind of busy the last few weeks, but we've really missed him. And I know that all you guys have kept Doc and his family in your thoughts and prayers, and I know that he appreciates it. I talked to him several times a day here recently, and please continue with that, because it's a very trying time. Next week, we're going to have Brad Cox, Catfishing for Veterans from Springfield, Illinois, on our show. And then the next time you hear from us, we will be in Memphis, Tennessee. So be sure to tune in next week. Be a great show. We're going to have a lot of fun. Again, thank Dale Dunaway for his contributions tonight, and Big Cat Fever Rods, and all the viewers. Man, it's been a great show. Tony Caton and Caleb, thank you guys so much for everything you've done tonight. Words cannot describe what you guys do for us. When you do it, it is just amazing. And all of our sponsors and RigRap, all the prize wheel guys, it's just amazing. When people step up like that, this is what makes our show such a great place to be. So thanks a lot. See you next Monday at 7 Central.